Yeah, I don't know what he said, but
Oh, you
it's
didn't
probably
get
not
it.
true.
I did. I don't know. I called it. Got mine.
Feeling good. How you been feeling? Good, very good. Just got out of probation. Had to write some warrants.
What you doing now?
Brooksman officer for probation office in McNary, Hardeman, Taylor, Tiffin, Lauderdale.
All right. No, just the mayor's.
Yes, but you don't have any of my portion of your kid. So this is the end of that thing right here. Doesn't it? That's the end. Very end. So we can got all the technology.
So everybody's here.
You've been fine like that. That's what I do.
Did you say in love?
Good answer. Looked like he blushed.
Good.
Didn't he?
They're running it.
Yeah, it is a beautiful thing.
It's just a mess, and they had a call tonight.
Yeah.
You should know your best.
Had another call
He's
tonight.
newly married. It's
Rank's still on
different.
the water. Sorry.
Shine is one off.
See?
Chief, you had something in there, Chief? You had something in there? You had a remote in there? Get it up.
Branch struck electrical line, on Gainesville Lane, Mason, 466.
So let me tell you.
Line's on fire and spreading. This is at, 1025.
Good evening.
Well, I'm sorry, West Carey's water came in my truck.
Yeah.
So that's gonna work for you.
With them furlough,
I didn't get to say hello.
that's all.
I hear you back there. Oh, mine just got done, but I know if I don't do it right, 2 weeks from now, I'll be here.
I'm good.
I'll be back. So,
I used to be, I'm 54 now. I started off with Mason when I was 16 years old.
I was originally on Mason in
silly
2020.
exercises, I just do those silly exercises.
I remember my CDs had to write me excuses to get back in school when I was fighting fire.
Don't worry about it. They got it up. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Damn, it's good. Give it to everybody.
Okay. Ready, Mr.
Yes, sir.
One more.
You can get that.
Here.
This is two. That was two. Okay.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everybody. Today is Monday, November 17, 2025. Time 6:36. Call an order, Mayor Eddie Norman.
County Recorder Louisa Harris.
Vice Mayor Donald Levan.
Alderwoman Carolyn K. Twain. Alderwoman Tawana Broadnax.
Alderwoman Virginia Rivers.
Alderwoman Mary Mason.
Alderman Alicia Harris.
Town Attorney Carson Cluster.
Okay, we open them there by Vice Mayor Rodriguez.
Father God, we
approach you tonight with humble hearts saying thank you for this day. Thank you for all those who took time out of the day to be here tonight. We ask that you guide our hearts, our minds, and our thoughts, and we work together in unity. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, we pray these things. Amen.
Amen. Okay,
Mayor, before we begin the meeting, I need to make a motion to have added to the agenda the advertisement for chief firefighters volunteers for the fire department.
actually, we have the person qualified for that.
Well, we need to advertise, and I was told I could make that motion and have it added.
We have it, why Ms. Lou submitted to Ms. Lou, we can put it in the agenda.
I second that motion.
I'm not recognizing.
You
I
cannot.
just let you know, no, I know, it's not. See, we start
Talk to
going
the
up there,
attorney, we
why
got
just
to do
don't,
that.
it's put it up there in the
Nothing to do
agenda
that.
to Ms. Lou,
Nothing.
we can add to it. We already have somebody qualified
But we
to
still
do
can
it.
add to advertising.
But
We have to
already,
do it the proper way, Mayor.
Pursuant to Robert's rules, you can add something to the agenda if you do make a motion and it's seconded. But that motion does have to be seconded and approved by the board, and then it would be added to the new business just at the end of the next bullet point down.
so if we have the qualification person to hold the position, so where you go wasting time advertising?
Pursuant to the charter, the department head would have to be approved by a majority of the board anyway, and so that wouldn't be, it would not be taking that item off of the agenda.
Uh-huh.
It would just be adding a separate one to the end of the agenda
But
to
if you-
advertise it.
If you read the charter too, the mayor, he appoint the head of the department, and the board they say yeah, no, it's correct?
Correct, the board has to approve.
But the mayor, he have to nominate the person, and after that, the board say yeah, no.
I believe the charter would allow for the advertisement of a position though.
All right, but also, did the charter say the mayor, he's hiring and firing the employee?
Yeah, positions of employment,
The
but
employee,
the department heads require board approval, majority of the board.
okay, and the department head is the city employee, is correct?
Correct, but it's a department head.
I
and
know,
so
but the city employee, so,
generally the specific controls the general.
Mhm.
And so in this situation, since the charter does say the department heads and specifically says the department heads, it would mean that it would require board approval, a majority of the board approval to appoint a department head.
so the
That
point,
makes sense.
I understand what you say, but the point what I'm trying to make it is, we have the qualification person, we have everything, and we're ready to go, because the town was paralyzed for almost a week, and we're in violation with the contract with ICE and contract with Core Civic.
Yeah, and so that third bullet point, it'll be voted on when we get to it. And so since it does require, that's what I'm saying, is since it does require a majority vote of the board, that third item on the agenda that we'll discuss tonight would have to be approved by a majority. What Ms. Rivers is doing is she's just adding another item to the agenda to advertise, not necessarily to appoint.
Yeah, but the end of the day is, if Ms. River, she want to add something in the agenda, we don't mention to Ms. Lou up there before we put the agenda.
But I guess, to be as clear as possible, just the Robert's rules would allow someone to make, a board member to make a motion to add something to the agenda.
Okay, I don't have any problem.
Yeah, that's all.
But
she's
I don't
doing.
have a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
All right.
But to be clear, that motion would have to be, I think it was already seconded. And so now the next step would be whether or not the board approves of that motion to add something to the agenda. And if it is approved, then it'll be added to, like I said, the
Wait
last
for
item.
discussion. Yeah. Okay.
Mason, yes.
Rivers, yes.
Barnes, yes.
Catron, no.
Mayor, no.
Harris, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 5 yes and 2 no's.
Yes.
So that passed
Okay.
to be added on.
All right, We start with the comptroller report, Mr. Steve and Adam. Thank you for coming today, and I appreciate you for coming. You take it from there.
Thank you, Board. I'm gonna kick this off, and I'll pitch it over to my much more capable colleague, Adam, to, is this fine, or should I?
Yeah.
So, I know a few of you, I didn't get a chance to shake the hands of the other two, but I have been in the comptroller's office for 15 years. Should have said Steve Osborne, Assistant Director, Local Government Finance. So I'm responsible for approving the budgets of cities and reviewing debt and doing whatever the director tells me to do. But when I started 15 years ago in the comptroller's office, they said, here's a grouping of cities and counties, take care of their budgets. Mason happened to be one of those. And so for 15 years, I have been alongside on this journey, along with y'all and people before y'all and everything else. And I only want what's best for Mason. I think I speak for Adam and my director and the comptroller, and we say we want what's best for Mason. But I'm going to tell you now something you already know. Y'all are on the precipice of the greatest economic development the state of Tennessee's ever seen. Probably top 10 states have ever seen with the growth around here. And my big fear is that it continues the way this is continuing. I'm going to describe a wonderful donut, glazed donut, my favorite. Pick them up hot, bring them home to the wife and the kids. Imagine the middle of that donut. That's going to be Mason if we don't start moving forward. We're here to help. We don't want to see you as the donut hole. We want to see you as the growth around here. It's the best scenario I can come up with. But I'm here, and I'm going to be back every time Adam comes back to make sure that we can get you to where you need to be. And Adam's got some more stuff for us here, but I just want to kick this off. Today, we're talking about policies and procedures. We're talking about internal controls. These are the main things that your local government will operate succinctly and well if you've got good policies and procedures, and then you follow them. First, you got to get them, then you got to follow them. If you get that, you've got this covered. I don't know if I'm going to do this right. I've barely got the TV turned on, so I'm really impressed with that. I'm not technologically.
You got it turned on.
All right. So, would anyone eat at a restaurant if you didn't think that there were policies and procedures behind the preparation of that food? And I chose sushi because I'm really leery about eating raw fish, but I do from time to time, and I know I trust that restaurant. How about getting on a plane? Would you get on a plane if you didn't think there was a checklist involved that the pilot was going through? We were just talking about that a few minutes ago. I know I wouldn't. And the last one, would you let someone perform surgery on you if there wasn't a policy or a procedure in place to get you through that surgery? I wanted to put this across here to open your eyes up to the importance of policies and procedures. And then, like I said, more capable hands with Adam to hand it over to Adam. But I'm going to still be here and wrap it up at the end. Come on, Adam. It's the bottom here. You're ready. Let's go.
I don't know if I'm more capable than Steve. I've been at the comptroller's office for a little over 5 years, and since I've been at the comptroller's office, I've probably spent more time with Mason than I have with any other city, not even close. So, as Steve said, we're very invested in seeing Mason move forward and seeing Mason succeed. So as I go through this presentation, the goal of this presentation is to provide information that can help Mason grow and flourish. And so I'll start by talking about policies. And the policies and internal controls, they're closely related. They complement each other, but there is a subtle difference. A policy is more of a macro sort of item where a policy is just saying, where do we want to go? And an internal control is saying, how do we get to where we want to go? And so an example, and this isn't specific to Mason, just a general example to sort of illustrate the difference. You may have a policy, you may want a policy that says we shouldn't spend over $1,000 in one transaction unless it's an emergency. So that would be a policy. An internal control could be that all purchases have to be pre-approved, and that would allow that policy to go ahead and take effect. And so The official definition of a policy is just a plan of action or a set of ideas agreed upon by a business, government, or political party. In this case, agreed upon by the board and the governing body in Mason. And policies can be looked at as mission statements, and so mission statements are good to have, and so it might be worth sitting back as an elected official and considering the mission that you have for Mason. There's a few good ones right here, such as committed to operating with efficiency and integrity in all that you do, and enhancing the quality of life for the community that you serve. And then also delivering the highest level of services with integrity, trust, and professionalism. So essentially what these are saying is your policies should be set in such a way that they are conducive to allowing the governing body to function cohesively so that the citizens of Mason can benefit and flourish. One issue, and issue may not be the right word, but one sort of pain point that Mason has had over the years, and this dates back really since I've been working with Mason, so close to 6 years, I guess, but one of the pain points has been a lack of financial policies. And so we saw that when the finances of the town were consulted out with a consultant, but now that the finances are brought back in-house, there's a good opportunity here to go ahead and start introducing financial policies. And these are important because they do provide the guideline for financial decision making, and they set the strategic intent of financial management. So there's a lot of bullet points here about what they do, but the main thing here is that these policies can inform spending, they can inform where you want to go, and so without a destination in mind, it's kind of hard to really make expenditures and really forecast finances if you don't know where you want to go. And so policies help with that. Policies also support good bond ratings. Now Mason, I believe, doesn't have a lot of debts. That is one thing over the years. You guys have been able to reduce your debt, and so that's good, but policies, yeah, they support good bond ratings, and they really help with the long-term strategic thinking, and also they mitigate risk. And so financial policies are extremely important. And then here's quite a few policies and procedures that well-managed governments have. And one of the policies is allocation of shared cost. I know we've asked for a list of shared costs, and I don't believe, did we ever get a list? So we've been asking for a list of shared costs for years, and we've not gotten it. And so if you have a policy that shows how you allocate shared costs, that would help greatly with budgeting, because it can kind of be easy if you don't have that policy to maybe allocate costs in a fund where they shouldn't be allocated. So it helps with budgeting. In addition, a budget adoption calendar is really important and would really help. I know the last several budgets have been, they haven't necessarily been rushed, but I know that there's been a lot of reconciliation that had to be done sort of to get finances where they should be, and because of that, the budget, the last few budgets were adopted later, and a budget adoption calendar, now that the finances appear to be in better shape for a budget, would really help, because essentially they would say, this point in time we want to be here, this point in time we want to be here, and what that would do is allow for discussion of the budget. That way it's not passed at the last minute and the board has time to review it and discuss it. Another policy is budget monitoring and monthly reports. Now I will back up and say that it is at least my understanding that the department heads of Mason actually work for the board. So if you guys pass a policy that says at your meetings you want to see budget to actual reports, you have every right to see those. And then there's several other ones here. Cybersecurity plan, that's, I don't know, many cities have that. But things like debt management, a fund balance plan. So right now Mason's fund balance, it's recovered pretty nicely. So the last few years I think have been pretty good surpluses for the town. So your fund balance is actually in a pretty healthy position, but that position should transcend governing bodies, it should transcend administrations, and a policy would help with that, to say our fund balance should stay at this % of expenditures. And what that would let you do is be able to carry the progress you made forward. And then also purchasing, I mentioned purchasing. earlier in my example, but purchasing policies help reduce fraud, waste, and abuse. So any sort of purchasing policy with cards or approvals, those help as well. And I'll add a few more additional policies, board meeting packet. And so this gets back to the budget to actual reports. A lot of cities, I don't know if most cities, but a good chunk of cities have board packets. And that board packet includes things that you're going to meet on. They include department head reports, of course, those budget to actuals. And those board packets really should be sent out before the meeting, even if it's a few days. That way the board has time to review those. That way at the meeting, they can ask questions and they can be informed. So a policy that says we need these board packets is really helpful. A payroll policy, which is really just kind of an employee policy that sort of lays out an employee handbook of things they can do, things they can't do. And then lastly, closing the book in 60 days. Now, this is important for the audit. If you can close your book in 60 days, you can get your information over to the auditor. And auditors, in some ways, it's like a line of planes waiting to take off. And so you have your position in line. If you miss your position in line, you have to circle back around. And so that delays. With an audit, if you don't get the information to the auditor timely, that can delay it because it might put you a little bit back in line because there's other cities that they do. So a policy that says we have to close our book in 60 days is a good policy for the audit, good policy for the budget as well. And I'll talk about internal controls. Now I will say, I mentioned shared costs. We've been asking for a list of those. We've been also asking for a list of internal controls, and we've not gotten that either. And so that tells me either internal controls haven't been passed, or you're just not aware of those internal controls. So we've been, as Steve mentioned and I mentioned, we've been working with Mason for a long time, a number of years, and I know MTAS has been working with Mason for a long time. So the resources are there, and with those resources, not having internal controls at this point is unacceptable. So those do need to be passed, mainly because they just help run operations efficiently and effectively. They help you comply with laws and regulations. So they really help reduce an environment that may be conducive to maybe a government that's not functioning as optimal as it could be functioning. And so there's a thing called the COSO model. I keep wanting to call it COSO, but it's COSO. And it's really just a framework that kind of goes over internal controls, what they consist of. I won't get too far into it. I know there's an accounting, there's classes on COSO. So it's quite a dense concept, but it's really a roadmap to say we have these categories of controls and how do we implement these controls. So I'll touch on those, but I won't go too far into detail. The first one is control environment, and this is just the tone at the top. And so really what this means, it means that the governing bodies, the board and the mayor, put internal controls and policies where they should be, and they respect internal controls and policies, essentially saying, hey, these are important, we're gonna follow these. And from there they carry it down, because if the tone at the top is one of, internal controls, they're nice, but we'll do them later, then that carries down, and at that point, it's tough to implement them, it's tough to follow them. And I will say too, with this tone at the top, and again, I'll reiterate, I want to see Mason succeed, I truly do. But part of the tone at the top is having civil conversations. So the citizenry deserves a government that can sit down and have a civil conversation, and that would really help. So you don't necessarily have to like members of the government, but each one of you has constituents that elected you. And so if nothing else, you should respect the constituents that elected the person. So without that, the rest of this is pretty hard to implement. So that tone at the top, that's kind of the foundation for the rest of these. The next one is a risk assessment. And this is essentially something that basically says, we're here at point A, we want to be at point B. What can possibly throw us off the track to get to point B. And so you're thinking of things that could happen, such as a regulatory change. Maybe you have a grant and maybe the grant goes away. You could have someone resign, you could have a cyber attack. You could have a fire that, burns down City Hall. So those would all be risks. And so the goal here is to essentially say, here's the risk, what's the likelihood of each risk, and what would the financial cost be of each risk. And I will say this risk assessment is done by private companies, governments, public companies. The Comptroller's Office just had our annual risk assessment where each division said, I think 3 or 4 items, what's our kind of our risk and our likelihood that these happen. So a risk assessment is a good internal control to have. The next one is control activities. And so control activities really just say, how do we mitigate the risk? Essentially, how are we watching this risk? And so one control activity, as it says here, is approvals, authorizations. So that gets back to the idea that maybe you have a purchase policy or maybe an expense has to be approved. Those are control activities. And that's kind of where the rubber meets the road when it comes to internal controls, because this takes it from a conceptual exercise to an everyday, here's how we're monitoring these to make sure they're followed. We also have information and communication. As we know, timely information or crucial information, if it's provided after it's needed, it's kind of worthless. So in order to make informed governing decisions, you have to have the information in a timely manner. And this information, it's a two-way street. So it's a communication between all parts of the government. And this gets back to the idea of being able to sit down and have civil conversations and civil meetings. You need to be able to communicate. There can't be a wall between governments, and I'm really not trying to to pick on you guys, so please don't think that. This is something that, it's been an issue past boards, past administrations, so I'm really not trying to preach at you. But communication is important in any organization. Communication is important. And then the last component of COSO is monitoring. And this, in the audit world, they may call this sort of an autopsy. Really what this is saying is we have our internal controls, but are they accomplishing what we want them to accomplish? And so monitoring could be looking at the audit and seeing what does the audit say, looking at your end-of-year finances to see what your finances say. And really the idea is to say, if our controls aren't working, do we need to adjust them? Do we need to add to them? This helps you know if your internal controls and procedures are adequate enough. All right, and I believe that's...
Okay, Adam. We'll pause here. Any questions for Adam? Well, when I started, I said that this is the most important thing for y'all to take up and to be successful with. So, your next meeting, December 15th. I will be back, Adam will be back. We're asking to be on the agenda if we could at the first of this agenda. And what we want to see is draft policies for board consideration for budget management, purchasing. We went through that list Adam shared with you. To tell you the truth, everything on that first slide are policies and procedures that local, we have made that list what is necessary to receive the Comptroller's Award for Financial Excellence. So we believe that in Mason, you can get that award. You can adopt these policies, you can review them every year, you can get everything else on there done, on time audit, no findings. We're here for you. We want to see you get through that process. We're going to start with these two. December 15th meeting, please reach out to MTAS. They're happy to help you. I believe so. And we'll get drafts of these for consideration. We'll be back and we'll have a conversation. I will step out of the room before you vote. I like to say, I don't make local decisions. Local governments make local decisions. And the last thing you want is us to make a decision for you. So I always say, I don't make those local decisions. Only in a very dire situation. But these two, The next is board report. So, this is up through October. If you can get through November, that's gonna be wonderful, but we wanna see budget to actual reports. And honestly, you should be seeing these every month. Constantly seeing these, reviewing these, having deep conversations about where are we at in our budget. 31% of all Tennessee cities and counties overspent one of their major categories in their budget in 2024. We have documents on our website that will help you get through this process. This is one of the most important things you can be doing. If you don't do anything else, reviewing a budget to actual report each month. Because the most important thing you do is adopt a budget. You can adopt a budget and then go home, actually. That kind of makes my presentation here useless. But we want to see reconciled bank statements. We want to see a balance sheet and an income statement for each one of your funds. So you will know where you're at. I know you've got, I saw the cash report, you've got cash in the bank, but it's how am I managing the budget? Very important. So when we leave here today, Adam's going to email everybody what we were talking about here and a review of this, so you'll have this. You'll have his contact information. I'm going to leave cards for you from me. But we want to make sure that all the board members have these two items by Friday, December 12th at 8 a.m. This gives you Friday, gives you Saturday, Sunday, and all the day Monday to review these. If you think you need more time than that, we'll just back that up. So here's where we're at. Any questions on this? Did you get it? Okay. Now, January meeting. We're looking forward. So those are for your consideration at the December meeting. January, we're already here talking about T-Board. We're already on the agenda for that. That's a big, I mean, utilities, you need safe utilities, you need financially responsible utilities. But what we also want to do is start the next two of these for the January meeting. Allocation of shared costs. This is, I believe y'all still pay everybody out of the waterfront, correct?
No.
No, y'all stopped that? Good, good. That's the main thing that got the big problem that started. So we want to see, making sure we have an allocation of shared costs. And so your city recorder can be paid out of all the funds that the person works out of. Your finance director can be paid out of all the funds they work out of. But you've got to have a policy that sets those percentages. We want to see that one. And we want to see policy for planning. Because like I said, the growth is on the way. You've got to hit it head on and know where you're going. That's y'all's decisions to make. Let's have a policy on that. And of course, the rest of this, and you'll get this by that Friday, December 16th. Just putting all this in writing so everybody knows when we expect that. Don't want to see you get these policies on a Monday night and have to read through them. No, take 4 days. If you think you need more time, please let us know.
Okay, Steve.
Yes, question.
Utility and the T-Board, what you need from us to do that?
Nate Fontenot, which is your utility analyst, is gonna come with us at next meeting and just go through what is T-Board and just give you a whole, like Adam did with policies. Nate's gonna give you that on T-Board. So sit back and be enthralled. Nate's a far better presenter than I am. I just kind of mull at it until I get through it. So where we're at on the corrective action plan, we've gone through. I think I've got this backwards to me. What we're already currently oversight. We've brought policies and procedures here, audit findings, budget practices, training of finance staff. That's where we're still at. We're going to still work with you on those.
Okay, let me mention something about the audit.
Mhm.
I just got a call today. It's almost 75%. We're gonna finish the audit before the end of this year.
That's really good
This is
news.
the final word I got it today. There's a small little bit. Ms. Vanita and Ms. Evans, she working on it, submit all this information to the auditor, and he's supposed to finish it before the new year.
Well, I will tell you that's wonderful news.
Yes.
You're with about 50% of cities get that. Right. So
I hope
you're,
so.
that's the first step
Yeah.
along the road for the rest of this.
That's correct.
looking ahead, we'll be back in December for the book, but January with Tibor, March with Open Records. I forgot her name. Oh, she will be here with us, and we'll talk about open records, and then long-term financial planning in May. I mean, that may be May, I can't remember. But any questions before we? I think that's our last slide. Yes, thank you. Any questions for me?
For the planning, I'm gonna invite Mr. Morgan, our town planner, to be here too.
Okay.
Let you know exactly what's going on, what we accomplished. And also I'm gonna get Ricky Oakley, let you know what kind of project we're working on, what we accomplished for the last couple of months.
Yes.
When you said financial training, in one of those months, are you talking about, working with MTS?
Working with MTAS, so I would recommend on this board reporting, reach out to MTAS, reach out to Tanya.
James?
What?
Well, no.
My mind just went blank. I can't. The lady. Okay, start with James. I am horrible with names. I apologize for that. But MTAS hired a new accounting specialist for this area. I had a call with her just a couple. Angie D. Yes, thank you. And so she will very happy to help you with that. But that, I have to point back here. That board reporting, extremely important. Y'all deserve that. Y'all need to see that. And you need to be able to look at it and have someone explain to you what it is. If you've got questions, what is this number? Why is this department at 50% of the budget and we're only 3 months into the year? You need to be able to ask those questions and have somebody tell you what those answers are. And so, I understand, past the CMFO, I believe, and so just keep working with MTAS and keep that training coming so that you can get the reporting you need in time in order to run this city. Any other questions? All right, go ahead.
So I have one more thing I forgot to add. I think this goes under tone at the top for the COSO model. It also helps kind of set the responsibilities. And so internal controls, the mayor and the administration are responsible for implementing internal controls, but as a board, you're responsible for passing internal controls and also making sure those internal controls are implemented. So as a board, you have a pretty big part in these internal controls, and so I implore the board to go ahead and do some work on those. And so that's all I.
And I just, before I leave, I just want to say, we all care about Mason. We want to see what's best for you. If you need anything, please reach out to us. Reach out to me, to Sheila, to Adam. We're here for you, anything you need. And I'll be back December 15th, I believe it is. I'll be back here, looking forward to seeing those policies that y'all will have 4 days in advance.
Okay,
Thank you so much for
say
your time.
something
Yes.
before you leave? I want to thank Adam and Steve and Sheila in the office. This group of people keep Mason forward until we reach this point. Working with us almost every week, we call and they back us Mason. This group with the stake is when Mason fall down. We appreciate you for your support. We appreciate you for your vision too with Mason. Appreciate you for everything. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
We're here. We want to see the
Appreciate
best
you.
for you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
And again, we want to see you succeed, so I really wasn't trying to pick on anyone, so I apologize if I came across as preachy, but that was not my intent.
Have a good rest of the meeting.
Thank you.
Need a-
Have a safe trip.
Thank you.
Thank you. Where's my pen? Okay, okay, mayor report. I'm just mention something to the board and the town of Mason and the citizen. Thanksgiving is coming around the corner, and last year flew over. You need some turkey to the town, but unfortunately, the town of Mason not benefit of it. So I have to involve in it and some board member and we bought some turkey last year. So this year, we have some donation from some business people here in the town, talking about good community people, donate some money. We're gonna buy some turkey for the citizen. I believe we're gonna hand it to the citizen, I believe Tuesday around 3 o'clock. First come, first serve. Second thing, I got a call today from Core Civic regarding about wanna involve in the community, and also you're gonna donate some money to get some turkey and also try to best some kind of good for the people up there in need it. So just let you know, the Core Civic is a play big role in the town and try to help the town. Also, we working on it. We try to donate some money to open like a community center for the kids next building, but we're still talking about how we're gonna do it, but we're working on it. This is my report, and appreciate you. All right.
Mayor, can I ask you a question? You say we working on it. Who are you talking about?
Talking about Core Civic and the town information. We're working on it to get a community center for the kids up there next building. We tried to do cyber cafe.
What with this building right next door?
Yeah, next door.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
only reason I'm asking is because we didn't know any. Well, I didn't know anything about it. You said the town of Mason, so this is first I'm hearing of it.
Okay. I'm presenting the town information. I'm trying to bring more activity for the town here. As soon if everything is finished, is done, I'm gonna let everybody knows about it.
But what I'm saying, Mayor, is that before things are done, the board is supposed to know what's going on.
It's still in the air, man. We're not confirmed nothing yet.
No, I'm
But
saying,
we
I'm
still-
not saying you confirm anything.
Yeah.
What I'm saying that when things are prepared, you say that the town is doing this or doing that, but if we don't know anything about it, then it's not the town. That's all I'm saying.
Ma'am,
That's why I asked the
everything is
question.
fine, man. Everything is fine. I'm the mayor. I'm speak of the town of Mason.
You can't
And
speak for
when-
the board.
You going to different direction, man. Just
just
leave it
asked-
alone.
I
Just
just
leave
asked
it
this
alone, man.
question.
I'm just let you know when everything is done, it's finished. I'm gonna let everybody know. The community, the people, the board, just stop it. Just complaining about everything. That's it.
That's not.
Thank
a
you, ma'am.
complaint.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, yes, ma'am.
You said cyber cafe, so it's gonna be somewhere where someone could go and use the internet.
Yes, ma'am. A computer, internet, snack, stuff like that. Try to teach the kids something after school. We're still working on it.
Okay. Whose idea was it? I mean, with internet being so widespread and free, I'm just asking.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, whose idea was it to do the cyber?
It's like about 2-3 years ago. We tried to get it up there. I think it was citizen from the community want to keep the kids busy doing something because we don't want people to go different direction. Something good or bad? I think it's something good.
So it would be like a library then.
Yes,
You have
ma'am.
Books and
Yes,
all
ma'am.
that as well.
Because we don't have nothing for.
Okay.
We don't want to go there. You think it's something good or bad?
It's good, Mr.
It would be
Manager. Just
good,
asking a
yeah.
question.
We appreciate you.
It
Appreciate
would
you.
be good, but I was just asking, don't we need to look at that building because the building needs to be fixed before we can do anything
Of
to
course,
it?
this is what we need some money, and Core Civic is gonna help in us. I don't know how much, but we tried in it. We're gonna get estimate how much it's gonna cost, the electric, building, floor, roof, ceiling. We're gonna see how much is it. So we just leave it there. When the time is come, everybody have to know about it, everything. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Next, adoption of the mayor and the board, Alderman board meeting minute on October 20, 2025.
I have a question, Mr. Mayor.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
know we said that we were gonna send out robocalls or something to inform the public about the meters because their utility bills may change one way or another. Has that been done? Have they started installing the meters?
Yeah, we start right now. We almost 2 weeks and a half. but sometime cut it because reading meter. So one installed right now, excuse me, over 80, 85 meter, and they still not communicate with the town of Mason yet. It's still read it until we finish the 1,000 meter. After that, everything will go through the system.
So the ones that you've replaced with the AMI meters, the meters are not connecting to the
No,
system?
yeah, no, yeah. It's just regular people going around reading because after we finish the connection, everything coming to the office.
Okay, so they are being read, but just not.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
And
So-
also we finished 85 in it, which is
Okay,
doing
that's
great.
good. But we do need to let the public know, you know, by sending out the robocalls or something. If they're
Okay,
interested,
we're working on it.
to do
We're
that.
working on it. Yes,
I have a question.
yes,
So
sir.
they've already been installed?
I'm sorry.
They've already been installed?
85. We installed 85.
Is that why our yards are tore up over there in the sub?
What told her?
Where the meters are?
Whatever the people working up there.
No, I just
Yes,
wanted to
ma'am.
know because
Yes.
when I asked, had they started putting down, they said no.
No, we do. Some area did. Some area did.
Yeah, they ain't telling us that. And then, okay, so you saying that they're going around reading it. And then if it does so happen to kick in, people's water bills liable to be outrageous. What?
Okay.
I don't get it.
Yes.
You said the Public Works has already started installing them?
85. We started with 85 in the ground.
Okay, and that's our current Public Works.
Yes, it's hard. We're doing
So
subcontract.
they're doing that in addition to their
regular
regular
work.
duties and reading the meters
That's
still?
correct. Something else? All right. I need a motion to accept the board, the mayor and the board meeting minute October the 20th.
Make motion. Mayor and board, Alderman meeting, board meeting minutes, October 20, 2025.
I have first by the vice mayor. Need a second?
Second. Mason.
Second, Alderman Mason. Any questions? I need a vote.
Rivers, yes.
Mason, yes.
Van, yes.
Mayor
Yes,
say-
yes.
Mayor say yes.
Okay, that's everybody, 7-0.
Okay. Adoption of the mayor and the board, Alderman special call, board meeting minute October 30th.
Oh, I do have a question about that one, I'm sorry. But did you and Ms. River, Alderman Rivers, have a chance to get together to discuss this Sam's account? So we
She
can
can
get that
communicate
straightened
with
out.
me.
So, I mean, you guys, you know, it really would go ahead and benefit the town if you all could get that settled.
I don't have any
Get
problem.
that settled.
I'm open. I'm in the city all the time, in and out.
I'm running down the creek. You better call me.
I have a
Yes,
question about this. I can ask now or I can wait until you go to old business,
either one.
either one, on the Sims.
Yes,
Okay, you explained to us last time that that both checks from Core Civic had been, or from ICE, had been rejected because of the SAMS.gov account,
it's
right?
correct, it's correct.
Okay, so if that hasn't been fixed, does that mean that the checks are still being rejected? Or
So
are we-
what I did is, me and Miss Vanita, we got in touch with the bank, Miss Lisa
Uh-huh.
in Fayette County, and tell her, watch any activity coming to this account, don't return it. Don't return it, because she returned $1.4 million. The first one, we get it.
Right.
So if something happened, she gonna call me or call Miss Vanita, and she deposit the money until we solve the problem with Sam's account.
Okay, so, you were able to deposit money to cover the payment to Core Civic
Yes, we did.
from
And-
the top?
And we write a check, I sign it, Miss Loretta sign it, the funny transfer,
Mhm.
and everything is fine. But I'm talking about this month, and next months and the future. So,
Well, that's what I'm asking, if we, I don't know how much, our portion of it was, but we were able to write a check for 1 million or over, a little over 1 million or whatever it is that we paid to Core Civic.
wherever Core Civic invoice the town,
Yeah.
plus minus our percentage, whatever we got,
Right.
we have to transfer the money automatic to them. If we not transfer the money, we have to write a check, hard check, and deposit it to them account.
For how much? Okay,
Wherever the invoices come, did you know?
Mhm.
We take it off. We take the percentage, we take the percentage of the town, and everything by invoice.
okay. So then, the original money, the original check that was rejected for 1.4, that's been put back in.
No, yeah, I
The
don't,
account.
I don't got any notes yet.
You don't get a,
No,
you
I
haven't
don't.
gotten a notice that it's, okay, so then that's not in the account right now then?
I have to call, figure out exactly.
Okay,
I got the printout for you and everything, look how much is it. Maybe something coming up, to our, Miss Lisa, she got in touch with Miss Vanita, and maybe deposit the money. I have to look to what she did.
okay. We just have 10 days, right,
Yes,
to
transfer the money.
transfer the money?
Yes. Yes. All right. Any more questions? I need a motion to accept the mayor and the board, the special board meeting minutes, October 30, 2025. I make the first.
Okay, I second.
Second, Ms. Harris. Any more questions? I need a vote.
Mason, yes.
Rivers, yes. Rodney, yes. Caitlin, no, cause I left.
Mary, yes.
Harris, yes.
Man, yes.
Okay, so that's 6-1, 1 no, that's Ms. Catron.
Adoption of the mayor and the board Alderman special court meeting, November 6, 2025.
Oh,
I need a motion to accept it.
Well, so I thought Ms. Harris was about to ask a question, I did. Now, we did the, resolution for the furlough of fire department employees. Did they continue to work after this, or during this whole time? that the board was to
Actually,
furlough them?
actually, when the town is closed, I tell him, just wait until the next board meeting, which is today, to see what kind of decision we make. But somebody have to be there, make sure all the equipment is running, because we don't want to freeze or lose some pumps.
So were they getting paid for that time that they were there?
I have to check with the HR.
okay, I think that the resolution said without pay.
Without pay.
I say, like I said, I have to
It's an
check
unpaid.
with the HR.
But you decided, someone needed to be at the department, so that's why they were
It's
over
correct.
there with the volunteers.
That's correct.
There were like 9 of them over there, I think somebody said at one time.
They have to do something with the pump, because if we're not doing something with the pump, I'm not a firefighter, you're gonna lose it, the pressures or something.
Oh, what we're asking is, were all 9 of them getting paid to do something
Nobody get
over
paid.
there?
No, it's volunteer, nobody's not.
Okay.
No, we don't have a 9
Okay.
people in the payroll
And,
in the fire department.
and I wanna ask, Scooter a question, or, well, I can ask you. I know that he attended the, annual Tennessee River, training event in Savannah,
Yes,
for the weekend with, Hannah.
yes,
And there was a registration fee to sign up for that, right?
yes, ma'am.
And did that get paid in advance,
Yes, ma'am.
by the town?
No, ma'am, we paid out of pocket.
You paid out of pocket? I mean, did you, so you paid for the classes as well that you signed up for when you got there?
Yes, ma'am.
The two courses, 4 hours each?
It's 4 courses.
4 courses, okay. It showed 2 people, okay. And the hotel and the travel expense, was that
The only thing
turned
the town
into the
gave
town?
us, the only thing the town gave us was the vehicle to travel up there and back. That's the only thing the town covered.
The vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you said that you took a leadership class,
Yes, ma'am.
but you didn't take any medical training, right?
There was no medical offered at this.
Okay, I didn't know what the courses were that were offered.
Now, Hannah did go through her EMT refresher this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That was paid for by the town.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a gentleman coming in, well, if he doesn't drop on us, should be coming in to get all the volunteers up to speed with their EMRs so that we will have a medical staff since we are limited on our medical.
Okay. Do you know that the volunteers are supposed to come before the board and be approved as well?
I've never read that anywhere.
Yeah, that is the case.
Where does it say that in the handbook?
Well, you can ask MTS.
No, just 1 second.
Where is-
1 second.
MTS, is he in there? Did he go in there?
Hey, James, she wanna ask you something.
Yes,
he
they have
said
to be
he-
appointed by the board.
Pardon me?
That's right.
All personnel in the fire department have to be appointed by the board,
Including the volunteers.
volunteers as well.
Okay, let me explain something. Before what happened, we have all this volunteer never come into the board for approval or
I
something.
know, and
whatever
I
is
told you
correct.
they should.
Yes, you know what I mean? And after that, the board approved $20 for each fire, for each volunteer. Is
You
correct?
mean a stipend?
Yeah,
we-
it's correct?
We never.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes, it's
They
correct.
give
But
them the
but
stipend.
I know
Nothing
they
to do with it.
weren't, I said that you should get everyone's name
Yeah.
and address and find out who they are.
But it's,
Because
but,
the town needs to know, I mean, technically, if they're not approved by the board, then they're trespassing over there on
okay,
property, private
but
property, town
see,
property.
this is what we try to do right, because before, the former fire chief, he bring whatever he bring, and after that, we don't know who's in, who's out.
I
That's correct.
understand that, but,
Yeah.
you know, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that we have to start, you heard him, we have to start doing things by the
Yes, Vice
by the
Mayor.
book.
Thank you.
Just took the words right out of my mouth. At what point, what we were referring to, I'm not sure, this may have been before I came on board, but, from what I understand, policy and procedures is a big concern here. That we have to start doing what's right. When we know what's right, we must do what's right. And, I'm a little disappointed, actually, I missed this last meeting, but, we have a lot of things that we need to iron out. Communication has to get better. We have to represent our town a lot better. I'm not speaking to just one individual, I'm speaking to us all. We're going back and forth about these issues, and it's getting a lot of personal, we're getting a lot of sidetrack, and we need to get down to, if this is what the policy is, then we need to start adhering to it, and we need to start holding each other accountable and doing what's right. We need to get our fire department back open.
Yes.
Furthermore,
Yes.
I am also disappointed because there was a negative and untrue narrative that was painted that we did not have coverage, and we did
Thank you.
have
Alright.
coverage.
We did.
And we were threatened before about the media. We were accosted and insulted as a board.
Yes.
Even though I was not present, I did take offense to this. And from this day forth, we need to move forward in a positive image. Mason needs to be something that we all can be proud of, because we're on television looking like a circus. A circus. And I'll get sick of answering questions of what are y'all doing in Mason? Why can't y'all get it together? Why do we have to call outside people to come in here and fix our problems? So I implore and I ask everyone here, and excuse me for being so emotional, I'm in a whole lot of pain right now, but we got to get it together, y'all. And we got to stop this nitpicking and going back and forth and trying to do what we want to do or do what makes us feel good. We got to do what's right.
That's right.
That's all of us. I'm sorry for taking so much
No,
time.
no, right is right, wrong is wrong.
I want the fire department to work.
Yeah, thank you. Because the insurance is going up for all the citizens.
Not until the ISO
It's the same thing,
inspects it.
it's the same thing when you
No.
see the period.
No, ISO has to
But
inspect it.
who's, if we have a fire right now, who's responsible for it?
The county.
How long is it gonna take?
Tipton County and
How
Three-Star.
long is it gonna take?
They have
We
a
had a
16-minute response time, which
16
is
minute,
shorter
and-
than ours.
And we have a, we talk about it later on when we come to the next, the topic about it. Okay, we move on. I need a motion to accept to the mayor and the board of Alderman special board meeting, November the 6th.
I make the motion to accept the Town of Mason Mayor and Board Alderman Special Call Board Meeting minutes Thursday, November 6, 2025.
I have first by Alderman Mason, second by Alderman Harris. Any questions?
Miss Rivers, second.
That's okay, she can see.
Need a vote? Mayor say no.
Broadnax, yes. Rivers, yes.
Mason, yes.
Harris, yes.
I abstain.
Okay, so we've got 2 abstentions. We've got 4 that voted yes, and the mayor has voted no. 4, 5, 6, 7, yes. So that passed.
That's
Four-
4 yes, 1
4
no.
yes, 1 no, the no being Mayor Noman. The 2 that abstain is Alderman Catron and Vice Mayor Givan.
All right,
Okay, and that's
move on. All business, the second
Excuse
reading.
me, there is a, minute, there is a minute missing, board meeting minute missing off this thing.
Have to check with Ms.
I just noticed that, November 17th meeting it's not on here.
This is the meeting for tonight, Ms. Rivers.
That's today.
Today is
Yeah.
the
Okay. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
All right.
That was my
I
mistake.
know, you're in a hurry.
That was my mistake.
All right, all business,
I can only look at mine.
second reading for the amendment to the fiscal year 2026 budget ordinance to accept the compensation of CMFO salary basin in the board meeting on August 18, 2025, and the compensations increase for the police department base in the board meeting of September 22nd, 2025, including adjustment in payment to Claimer Paving LLC, which he passed in the board meeting in September 22nd, 2025. Yes.
I have a question. Passed on September 22nd, but the raise went into effect prior to that, right? It was retroactive. It went into effect September 1st.
Well,
For the CMFO.
the CMFOs was passed in the meeting on August the 18th, and then hers went into effect September the 1st.
September 1st.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But the police and climber was passed in the board meeting on September, on September the 22nd. But the police's went into effect on, October the 18th is what it said in those minutes.
Yeah.
Did we table it that, pay climber? Because I don't think we voted on that.
We did.
We did,
We did.
because we had to move 14,000 from the general fund to the street fund
That's correct.
in the last meeting to cover climbers' pay.
Because it was the,
That's correct.
CD that we did not do.
Right, it was the CD that you all didn't vote.
But I don't see it in our thing that we did that, that's why I asked.
Did you, no, I guess so. Did you have a question? Oh,
All right.
I was gonna ask about the climber paving. When we first, bid on it, when they first bid on it, or whatever, we had 134,000 in the, account, street fund. And they came in at 131, but I think you got them to come down on that to 130.
31.
Or it came down to 131.
131.
Okay,
It
so
came down.
if we had it in the street fund 134 and then it came down to 131, then why did we have to remove 14,000? How did we come up 14,000?
Just looking the balance back then and it require actually 13,000 some changes. So I say extra because we have to put maybe $500 or $1,000. We have to leave it in that account. We don't want to close that account. So we increase a little bit extra. It's money still there.
Oh, it's still
It's
there.
still there. It's
Okay.
still there. Everything is still there.
Okay.
But I have a question. What happened to the money if we had the money in the account at the time that we voted to have Clymer to come in and do the payment? The money was there. So now, but once he did the payment, we end up being short. What happened to the money?
Ma'am, no. When we bet on it, the money, it was not there. I can give you printout. Since we got the check from CSX, how much money we spent, how much everything is still there. And I make a copy to Adam, Steve, and Sheila and sent it to them too. So everything is legit. If you need a copy, how much money in that account, how much we spent, I'd be glad to show you.
Well, when we was at the board, Mayor, we asked the question
Yes.
about the money because we knew the money was there. But I'm asking what happened to the money from the time we voted. And just like Ms. Harris said, it was the money was there.
It's not all the money there. It was need transfer a little bit money to cover the checks. This I'm not sure how much is it. I have to look at my number 118, 117 something. It was there. I can give you item by item how much is it, how much money left in the account. But you need transfer 14,000 or 13,000 some change in the account, and we still have the little money left, $500 or $1,000 still in the account.
Okay, but that's after we did the transfer.
Yes, ma'am.
But my question was, and just like Ms. Harris just stated, it was 134,000 already still there when we made.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No.
I think he's saying that he discovered that there wasn't.
Also, he discovered
if
later.
the money there, why I need a
that we were
transfer?
short.
If the money there, I don't need a transfer if the money there. Why I come and ask to transfer the money?
Well, that's why I'm asking the question because we was under the impression, and you said the money was there earlier, and then we end up not having enough. So that's why I'm asking that question.
Yes. I'll give you clear everything item by item where the money goes. I don't have any problem. But the time we voted on it was 18,000. You need to transfer the money for 131. So we transfer and the money's still in that account.
So what you saying? How much in the account now?
I have to look. It's not top of my head, man. You just look up there. Just look.
We ain't got no figures.
You have to up there.
We don't have our
We have everything
we do
up
not
there.
have our bank statement to show what we
This
got
is
and
showing
don't
up
have.
there,
That's
here.
the problem. We hadn't been getting them.
I don't think it'll show in September. I think it won't show till
What is it?
October.
I don't know what that is.
We don't have October yet, so.
I got it for you guys. We'll go look at it. There is sanitation fund, street
Remember
fund,
this street fund, it says,
123.
123,000.
Is that now?
You see
though?
available,
Or what? When was
available
that?
17,834.
What is?
In
What
the-
is?
in
What
the,
is
uh,
this? It
in the
says
street fund.
123,788.
Available available.
That's,
That's what it does.
That's
It says
available is
average,
17,000 and the
It says
average
average
balance.
balance year to date. That's
Yeah.
what that is.
it says the
Yeah.
average balance is 123.
So
But
what's
right
in
now,
there
there's
now
only
is
there's
17,000
in
in
there. Yeah.
now.
Whatever in that account. Whatever in that account.
Why do we have to change?
Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry, but
Yes.
we keep getting these bits and pieces of the finances. When are we gonna be able to sit down with them and they go over each line item? Because this is Chinese to me.
Just let me know when you get it together. We can make a special call meeting for the just finance. Nothing, just finance. Just let me know when you wanna do it.
I've been here over a year and we've not gotten any of this. I just don't get it.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, I have one more statement too. Now, according to what the comptrollers just said, we do need to schedule a
Miss
special call
Kendall,
meeting.
it's
for
up to you
finance
guys.
before we
We
leave.
open. We here.
Just before we leave tonight.
Just let me know. And let me know.
We'll discuss it when we come back.
Did we schedule it last time? After that, we're not finished the meeting. All right, I need a motion to accept the second reading for the adjustment for the fiscal year 2026 budget.
Separate. Don't we need to do them separate, or is that what you're doing?
It's the same thing, all of them in the same thing, Miss.
I'm just asking a question.
Yes.
You don't have to do them separate.
That's what thank you. That's all I need to know.
We put it in one paragraph. I'm first.
I second.
Who seconded?
I did.
Okay. Alderman, Prod next. Any questions? I need a vote.
Mason,
Mayor say
yes.
yes.
Mason, yes.
Harris, yes.
Catherine, yes.
Man, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Would you speak it out?
Oh,
Miss
yeah.
Rivera? Okay, so that's everybody. That's 7-0. Okay, thank you.
All right, we're moving for the resolution of awarding a bid for the backhoe equipment for public work as discussed in the board meeting October the 20th.
In that sealed bid, Mr. Mayor, that went out, remember, Mr. Matt sent the sealed bid out for several pieces of equipment that the board did not approve. So, did we resend out this bid for just the backhoe, or?
I think
What?
I may be able to provide some clarity to that.
Okay.
This, I guess, second item under old business, at the October 20th meeting, there was a motion to table it.
Right.
So it wasn't denied. It was just tabled because I think we opened the bid at the meeting and it was, the board decided it was best to, so you have time to consider everything. And so to bring it off the table, that's what this is doing, and the vote will be tonight on whether or not to approve said bid.
Well, that's what we did is the reason we tabled it was because the mayor had mentioned that he knew of someone that could give us a much better price, but that he had not submitted a bid properly. So we said, okay, we'll table it and give him time to
In order-
put his bid in.
In order, the way I understood it is that with this bid that was submitted and opened at that last meeting, the bid deadline for that had already passed, so in order to properly rebid something, you have to either approve or deny, I guess you would have to deny this bid, and
Yes,
then you you rebid it out after that, if that makes sense.
okay. So, so we either have to accept this or rebid it, vote to rebid it out. So are you still talking to this person about, or did the company, I should say?
I have Mr. Tim up there from Case Century 21. Mr. Tim.
That was the one that was here before.
No, ma'am.
No.
This is different.
Where's
This
this
is two
bid?
different
But
companies.
where's this bid?
The first one, Mr. Josh, he worked for Case in Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh,
This Mr.
Is it
Tim
was Case?
is a dealer for Case in Dyersburg, Tennessee. And the town of Mason did a lot of business with him. For how long you working with the town of Mason?
I've been there nearly 5 years. I've been dealing with y'all since I've been up there.
Anyway, he submit for us, I bet same equipment what Mr. Matt Hall requested up there, almost half price what the first dealer he submitted to the town.
The first one is the one we saw though,
The first one is,
what that we saw at the meeting. So
which one
that's
is
not
good?
his bid.
Mr.
Is it? Whose bid?
Tim with Century Equipment presented his bid after the fact, after,
The
it had
deadline.
already, the deadline had passed.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I hadn't seen the bid. I don't know about nobody else, but I haven't seen his bid at all.
It's half price what the another one he
Half
submitted.
price or not, we haven't seen the bid.
Here.
It was after the it was after the deadline, so that's why
But
it wasn't received.
Attorney,
Before-
is that gonna be,
Yeah,
that's
one
not
second
gonna
before you
be-
proceed. In order to properly do this, for the previous bid that was submitted to the last meeting, that'll have to be it would have to be voted on. And then we would have to go through the bidding process all over again for this equipment if the board chooses to deny the bid that was submitted at the October 20th meeting. It would, off the top of my head, I can't remember the exact rules about submitting a bid at the meeting. I don't think that would be proper. I think you would have to go through the whole rebidding process or through the bidding process in order to cross all your T's and dot all your I's.
That's correct.
So, I think we have to start the bidding from the beginning to do it.
But we have to
do it right.
deny this one, we have to deny the other one in order to
It's
start.
correct,
No,
it's double and
I
triple.
make a motion to deny, or, do we
Yeah,
say
that's fine.
deny?
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you're clear about what you're trying to.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first bid, I'm not sure what date it was received and the exact amount for the backhoe. Didn't it
121.
also include the excavator?
121,000.
He had like three
Different
separate,
ones,
he
yeah.
had like three separate amounts, so.
Okay.
It was confusing.
A bid submitted by Case of Memphis
In Memphis, yeah.
for a backhoe and an excavator.
Mhm.
And a dump truck.
And a dump truck, yeah.
Mm.
And a
That
dump
wasn't
truck.
in there.
And a dump truck, that was on there too.
All of it was there.
And a dump truck.
Yep.
No,
I don't know about the dump truck.
No, I think what happened,
done submit
no,
that.
what happened was Mr. Hall made the statement.
He made the
And they
statement.
said they had
That
already,
wasn't a sealed
right.
bid, so that doesn't need to go down.
No, that
there.
don't.
That is no
No.
dump truck.
that's a
Okay.
different thing.
Okay.
Backhoe and excavator.
I have first by Alderman Harris,
Mason second.
second by Alderman Mason. Any more questions? Need a vote?
Harris, yes.
Mason, yes.
Rivers, yes. That's yes. Catherine, yes.
Van, yes.
Mercy, yes.
That's everybody, okay, 7-0 to deny.
I
New
have a,
business,
I do have a question, if I can ask him a question, Mayor, attorney, is that okay?
go ahead.
Yeah, I think it would be okay as long as it's not about the specifics of his bid.
Prices.
As to,
Because if
not
he,
the specific.
because if he's gonna submit a sealed bid, then
That's,
if he
that's
gave,
why I was gonna ask him how, would he be able to get his sealed bid in on time this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. New business, request to rebate for the backhaul equipment continue to the board approval for the denial of the previous bid, discussion of the meeting.
We
of-
just did
I
that.
think we did that.
so,
Yeah.
real quick, this was just saying a request to rebid, as the board was just talking about. But it's because you had to either deny or approve the bid that the board just voted on. This item on the agenda is contingent upon the board's denial of that previous bid, which the board did. And so if the board would like to rebid and start the rebidding process for that, that's all that this item is getting at.
So we need to make a motion for the rebid,
You
right?
wanted to make a motion for the rebate?
You can do that.
Yes. I need a motion to rebate for the backhaul, the equipment continue to the, board approval for the denial of the previous bid, discussed in a board meeting on October 20, 2025.
Go ahead. I mean, I thought we was making a new bid. I mean, a new motion,
We
a
do it
motion.
accept, we accept.
He said read it.
Okay. I didn't understand what he read.
He said
Who's
read it.
first?
I second.
Me.
First by Alderman River, the second by Alderman Broadneck. Any more questions?
Is this
Yes.
just gonna be for the backhoe or the backhoe and the
Yeah,
excavator?
excavator, you know,
It's gonna be for both then?
Yeah, for both.
So don't we need to say that in the?
She will when
It's
she
the
send
backhoe,
it
the
out.
same thing. She
Ms.
writes it
Lou
down.
will.
Don't we need to redo this motion?
Yeah, it needs to be included.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You can do that, yeah, just if you could be more, if you wanna, are you asking if you wanna include the backhoe and the?
And the
yeah,
excavator.
Yeah, you can certainly do that, if you wanna be more clear and that's what the board desires to do, yes.
All right. Need a vote?
What he said, but
Mayor say
anyway,
yes.
I make a, I thought we got to
We
make a.
already did it. You
But
want to
yeah, I
go
thought
for
he said
excavator?
He would just to speak it
Yeah,
out, the language of
If they wanted
backhoe
to
and,
include the backhoe and
and
the.
the,
and
and the
the
All right.
lady excavator.
Hey, go ahead.
I make a motion to, rebid for the, backhoe and the excavator.
I have first
One
by
is-
Alderman, River, need a second.
I second.
A second by Alderman Redneck. Any more questions? Need a vote? Mayor say yes.
Mason, yes.
Rivers, yes.
Romesh, yes. Catherine, yes.
Van, yes.
Harris, yes.
Okay, that's it, everyone. So how soon do you all want to,
We do it,
place the
ASAP.
bid?
can we do it next,
We
next
would have to do it
advertising?
next, we would have to do it next Monday because, they advertise on Monday. I mean,
Okay.
you have to put it in on Monday, then it'll be in the paper for that Thursday, so.
For
Okay.
next Monday.
Can you do it tomorrow morning?
It has to be on Monday,
I
she said.
I can get it, but she'll
Yeah.
just have it that Monday to advertise for Thursday. But then Thanksgiving, isn't Thanksgiving
On
Thursday week?
Following-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so-
still, she'll have it though.
Right.
She can
But
put it
people
in
can
soon
look at it
after that,
through
I
all of it.
guess.
I'll get it out there as soon as possible.
Okay.
What about the specs? Are we gonna use the same specs that we use
Before.
with the other advertisement?
Yeah, but if we put too much work, the newspaper are gonna charge us too much.
Unless they come up to the
We
city hall
explain
and
to
pick
them, we'll
it,
give
pick
them
up the
the
package.
package. Yeah,
Correct.
try
But
to
is
do.
that what the board wants them to do?
Okay.
Okay, thank you, appreciate it. We're going for the discussion of RJ Young printer and the agreement. Everybody got information about it?
Is he here?
No.
I don't recall seeing anything. Did you do something?
We still have,
Yeah.
we still have, room for the agreement. It's not finished yet, it's not finalized yet.
You have another?
If we can table it
Did
until you discuss it on it,
Wasn't this, I'm sorry,
go ahead,
Mr. Mayor, wasn't this, discussed a couple of months ago, and I thought it automatically added a year to the contract
no, the,
because it wasn't renewed in the time?
yeah, the rep, when she tried to push hard to sign for the new contract, she tried to push for 5 years contract, and she tried to charge extra money for it, but I say, no, we have to get with the board, decide which way we go. So after discussion with the attorney, we find it's still more 1 year, it's still in the contract, we still in the contract, is not expired, so she cannot take the equipment, so we try to make a decision, we'll continue to do business with them, or we go buy our new printer, or we see what you guys decide, which way you wanna go.
Okay.
If you wanna table it for next, board meeting or call meeting, we still have more time for that.
I would like for him to, if they could be here, because I have some questions. I wanna make sure I understand what they're offering clearly.
Okay, I can call him because he have a new rep. The lady she was presented the company, she quit. and he have a new person take over.
Yeah, I understand that it'd be less, but when you drop down here to this, where he's saying what he can release for 32 months, and then that's gonna be your cost, and then it's gonna, anyway, he needs to be here so he can explain exactly, to me, I think he needs to be present so we know exactly what we're dealing with.
Okay, we can table it for next meeting, and I'll call him, they can come and discuss, or you can send somebody from the company. Any
I
concern?
make a motion that we table the discussion, with the contract in RJ Young.
I have a motion, I have a first by Alderman Harris, I need a second.
I'll second.
One second.
Broden.
I have a second by Alderman Burnett. Any questions? I need a vote. Mayor say yes.
Harris, yes.
Mason, yes.
Yeah. Rivers, yes.
Van, yes.
Okay,
Jeffrey, yes.
All right,
okay, that's everybody.
thank you guys.
7-0.
Thank you all. We'll go for a resolution to reopen the fire department and to hire a new fire chief with Shirley Whitney. Any question for that? Miss Shirley, you have a minute? If you don't mind, please. Thank you for being here. Let me explain to everybody what's going on with the fire department. Fire department was working fine with Chief David, her husband. And Chief David, he got promoted and he got new contract with the fire station in 222 with the Blue Oval. And he got good salary, and he say, hey, Mayor, I have opportunity up there to grow, and if you don't mind, please, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks notice from my position, to remove from my position. So I mentioned to him, did you refer somebody? And he tell me, my wife, she's a firefighter, she's a nurse practitioner, and she's overqualified, she's well respected. And I say, no problem. So end of the day, the 2 weeks finished. After that, tried to bring her to the board to approve. Ms. Catron, for last meeting, she tried to say, hey, let's go interview her, let her see what she did. She submit application to the HR, we check her record, we check her certification, and she overqualified. So end of the day, finally, I find the board, they got together, hey, we're gonna close the fire department. I don't know what the problem. So after that, I found when we close it, I got a text message from the attorney in Core Civic. I got a text message from ICE regarding about the contract with Core Civic. I got a lot of text message and call from the citizen live in the town of Mason. And the people just make why it happened. We have a qualified people to run the town. I'm not understand why. And the board is say, hey, we're gonna close the fire department. Somebody can have answer for me for that, please?
Well, first of all, you had your hand, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ms. Harris.
Well, right up till just before you brought her to the board, you were headed in the right direction. But then you decided to go ahead and hire her and introduce her to people around town on the Jubilee Festival or whatever. And the board had no idea. You didn't tell us, you didn't come to the board for a vote, and you didn't give us an opportunity to look at her credentials. You just decided you were gonna hire her.
Okay.
So you didn't give us that courtesy to do that and to follow the proper procedure. And as you know, there was a time when you also closed the department when you fired, Tanner and
I don't
the group
close it.
there. And that, there was no coverage for a week.
I don't cross it.
Yeah, well, there was no one there. There were
No,
no
he kept
firefighters
coming,
there.
he kept coming, and
Oh, he
that,
broke in.
we move in,
But
and
yeah.
I tell him after that we're coming up there. He coming every day. I don't wanna interfere with him, so he moved by himself. He gone. After that, we step in. We got the people. We got David.
Well,
he coming up there, do it right.
I understand.
Yes.
And we looked at a compromise. But to tell you the truth, the way that you went about it was kind of like a slap in the face to the board saying, you don't matter, your voice doesn't matter, your vote doesn't matter, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. We wanted the opportunity to check the credentials and the certification because as you know, we had asked Mr. Scooter there 3 times on 3 different occasions for proof and he said, I'll get it, but he never did. So we were concerned about the town and the liability issue if by chance someone was out there fighting a fire that did not have the proper qualifications. We would be sued, that the town would just go under. We did make arrangements to make sure that the town was covered during this time, and what we said was we wanted to take a step back. We wanted to furlough with no pay. Then again, you came out and you slapped us in the face again by telling them to go back to work and ignore the board. So then we went to, okay, we're gonna do this indefinitely because we're gonna look for someone else that can run the department without the drama, that's come in the right way and doing the right process. So again, our preferences were ignored because you didn't recognize it. So this is where we are right now, and I want to tell you that I'm willing to make some compromises, even though you know I really don't want to, but I'm willing to because it's for the safety of the town. I agree the fire department needs to be open. I don't want to see it closed. You went to the media and you gave them one side of the story, so everybody started yelling for the board's resignation because they blamed it on us. But you didn't tell them the first part of it, and you didn't tell them correctly the second part of it. And I don't know why you would do that, because what you did is you put the town at a lot of risk. You scared people half to death. Scooter with his weather report and the little space heaters telling people they were going to die, or was it Mr. Rubin? And within 30 minutes, because 3-Star was going to pick their own people to put out a fire and not come to Mason's calls. That's an insult to 3-Star. I'm sure that they don't do that sort of thing. But anyway, it just turned into a big mess because you just wouldn't wait a minute and let us sit down and work it out.
Okay, let me be clear. I appreciate you for explaining this one clearly. I understand what the blow bring. But the problem is, did you know, maybe I did it intentionally to do any harm to anybody. When Mr. David, he resigned, I'm so glad to meet this lady, overqualified to be in the board. When I met her up there, you know, I introduced her, yeah, she's a future, the fire chief. And you know for a fact, when you hire a head of the department, you have to get approval from the board. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I was glad to bring her to the board, but nobody gave me a chance. If you have somebody else coming up there overqualified, he have the same potential what she got, bring it in. I don't have any problem.
I understand.
But the end of the day is, if you don't mind, please. In the Jubilee, everybody have a good time, no problem. She coming up there. She's so excited. She have energy to help the town. She's overqualified. And from my heart, maybe I did it wrong. I tell you the truth. I was planned to bring her to the board to get approval to be the chief for it. So because her husband is out, she's in, and everything is fine. But I'm sure I'm looking for the best interest of the town. It doesn't mean disrespect to you guys. It doesn't mean that. I apologize about it. I'm sorry about it. But the end of the day is I care about the citizen. I care about, and I'm sure some of them care and some of them not. But maybe I did it wrong. The way is it? Like I said, I apologize about it. But I was intentional. Bring her front of the board to say, hey, this lady, she's overqualified to be
You
here.
understand, it just sounds
Yeah.
like you had already made up your mind because you were already introducing her without us even knowing who this person was.
Yeah.
I'm, okay,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor is saying that he was gonna bring her before the board, but the Jubilee was almost a whole month away. How much longer were you gonna wait? Before
When the
you
board meeting
introduced
is
her?
coming, everything was, her husband, he quit, she's in
That
until
ain't
we,
got nothing to
she
do
submit,
with it.
just,
Nothing
okay,
Her husband doesn't
I
have
can
anything
hire
to
her
do with
as
us.
a night chief, as an employee, and after that, to come into the board, you vote on it, yeah, no. This is what I did.
And
hire
I
her.
mean, you've done several things, but even with that, it's like I said, it's been almost a month. And then in between there, we've had a couple call meetings. You, just like you're telling us, we could have called someone and have this added to the agenda. You could have had that added to the agenda. What's the problem? I mean, we all trying to communicate together and get everything together. But you have said time and time again that you don't need this board.
See, who told you, did I say that?
You said it.
I said,
You said it. You
I
stood
said-
up there and said
I
it.
say that?
You say you have
I say
nothing.
You have no use for
I
this
say
board.
no use for this board. I say that.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
did.
last meeting, I don't have the way you guys, how you thinking, you try to shut it down. The town, because the end of the day is, we have a different way how you run the business. The end of the day, I have to keep the door open. Safety, provide safety and service to the citizen. You know, and thank God we're blessed to have this lady up there to come and to accept the job, because she can go somewhere else, make a lot of money for that. I know you don't care, you know, you want to go back with Mason going back down. See the controller
You
saying,
know what we want,
yeah,
or
yes,
what we're
Vice Mayor.
thinking. It's,
But I mean, he's constantly telling us that we're trying to take it back. You only got one candidate. She's not the only candidate. Just like we're sending out a bid for these this equipment, why can't we put advertising out for people that we need?
You do it with advertising, but we have the qualification. This how it works, and read the charter. And the MTSC can correct me. For any head department, according to the charter, and in Miss River, she changed the charter. It's not Eddie that changed the charter. Back then when
We're
Wayne
not
came
doing
back
everything.
and put them, you know that the whole story.
One person.
What happened is the mayor, he appointed Mr. John Paul, she here, and after that to the head of the department. After that, the board they say, yeah, no. If the mayor is not appointing anybody, he cannot put anybody come from the street to put it in.
But, I mean, it's sort of
All right,
the
we
same
being-
thing
We're
that you
being
put people.
counterproductive now. Let's just get back on track.
Okay, thank you.
Look, conflict resolution. This is the whole problem right here. Communication. Okay, there was a lapse in communication, and as you just admitted, you may not go in the right way. You had your feelings.
I apologize
in
to
the
you
right,
guys.
in the right
I
place,
did.
and we did discuss this.
Yeah.
It is policies and procedures for how we were going to present, and we recognize that it wasn't done properly. But we're here tonight to try to resolve this in a peaceful and agreeable fashion. We already previously just decided that we were going to advertise. Okay, so now we have another conflict it has to be resolved. But we have to hear all party sides. We have to start listening to each other and stop going back and forth. We're not gonna go back to yesterday. We're
Thank
starting
you.
from right now.
Thank you.
And let's go over the qualifications. And now I will have to refer to you on how we proceed, because what we added changes it changes the dynamic of what we're getting ready to do now. So how do we proceed?
Yeah, a little bit. So right now we're on the agenda item number 3, the resolution to reopen the fire department and hire the new fire chief. Whether the board decides yes or no on that, per the charter, you know, to appoint a department head, which would be the fire chief in this instance, requires the majority board approval. There is an option to, you know, table it if the board would like to do so until they get the certifications. There's an option to, you know, deny the resolution to reopen. It's whatever the board wants to do. I will say that if the board does decide to go and reopen and hire the new fire chief, that there wouldn't be a reason to advertise,
That's correct.
just because that position would already be filled. Just that's logically what would happen. However, ultimately, it's the board's choice as to what they feel comfortable to do and what they vote for.
I have just 6, and if you don't mind, please. What I was thinking is, appreciate you, Ms. Sher. What about we hire Ms. Sher for 4 months trial to see how is it, and after that we see how it goes. You want to advertise, not advertise, but at the end of the day, we have to open the fire department. This what I'm care about it.
If I would like, I guess everybody should be able to speak
Sure,
about
but
what they think about it.
Yes, Ms. Mason.
Now, I would like to make a compromise as well. Instead of her coming in as chief, maybe lieutenant, and because we do want to advertise for a chief. But then that compromise also for me, because Mr. Rubin and Miss Shannon went against this board and continue to work, I suggest they be terminated in order for this.
Ms.
That's
Mason.
what I suggest.
Alderman Mason.
Yes.
This people is not working against nobody.
Yes,
These
sir.
people work for the town.
Because you told them.
Yeah,
to.
I did. I take
Yeah,
for
that's a
responsibility
violation.
for
There was
that.
a violation
Did
of
you know? But
the
I'm
resolution.
care about the town. We have to
We do.
provide
That's right.
service to the citizen.
We care
Yes.
about the town
No, you
also,
don't.
and you can't take responsibility for their behavior. I mean, I think they knew that the board, had a decision to be made as well, and they chose not
We
to.
hire as a
follow it.
yes, Ms. Rubin.
She let her finish her statement.
No, I did.
Okay.
But
This is the thing, is that, like they said earlier, Mayor, what you do, it's not nothing new. You always doing things behind our back. You did hire her. And that you told us you hired her as the chief. And without even coming to us. But that's not all that happened. You violated the resolutions that we had put in place along with them, and because of what you did, we put resolutions in place when you went out and told folks we closed it. We never closed that fire department. All we did was furlough it till we get the opportunity to be able to get people in there. Now, you violated. And when you get through, he violated.
I'm gonna
That
argue
he
with you,
violated,
Ms. Rubin.
and this
I'm
is
not
the
gonna
third
argue
time
with
you
you.
have violated.
I'm
But
not
can
gonna
I make
argue.
us finish my statement, please?
Finish whatever you finish.
This is the third time you have violated a resolution for that fire department.
You're wrong guy.
No, I'm not. And then on top of that, because there was a resolution in place, we had put one in place even with Tanner there. We voted to furlough this department for the first week. You went behind without pay. You went behind the board's back after they made a statement, and you had them to go over there and open it up anyway. That was a violation. Even them, they disrespected us because they were here and they heard us make that statement. Secondly, we came back and we furloughed it indefinitely until we can get some people. You violated again, and you again had them over there. They was not supposed to be over there, Mayor. You violating. You keep violating all the rules. You keep violating all the policy and procedure. You don't care about the rules, and you go and tell people things that are not true. You do. I'm just telling the truth. I don't really care how folks feel about me. They do that because of your lies.
Miss.
But when you get through, you have violated. And you keep violating and keep doing what you're doing. You have actually violated state laws. And you need to know that, Mayor, because you're going to get this board in trouble with the stuff you're doing. And these people that you've been lying to don't even notice half of the stuff this man is doing.
Okay, what about the rest?
I ain't talking
No.
to you.
What about?
The bottom line is this. When a push come to shove, Mayor, we gonna be held, this board is gonna be held accountable. Just like it have in 2 other cities. Because the board sit there and the mayor were doing what they want to do. The town mayor went to jail and the board of aldermen was dismissed. We are headed in the same way. The comptroller just being nice to you. They being nice. We done violated this everything with the controller. We don't have any internal control. We don't know what you sending up there to the controller. Whatever figures you telling the controller, we don't even know because you don't even bring it to the board. We don't know what you telling them. And then when we ask you about the finances, Mayor, you holler about, well, I'll get you that. Or make sure you get it. And we ain't got it. We ain't had nothing. We've been asking you for a finance meeting so we can know what we got in our budget, so we can make the proper decision. You have not did what you're supposed to do. You got over 10 folks, 9 or 10 folks down there at the public works department. And guess what, Mayor? You violated again. Because you know why? It's no money budget in that budget for them to be down there. We only had a budget for 4 folks. You got 10 down there. Where you getting the money from? Where you getting that money? You need to tell these folks you transferring money that you shouldn't be having transferred. You doing stuff that shouldn't be done. And yes, I don't care. I'm telling y'all the truth. I stand up for what's right. And as far as y'all, I'm not saying this for y'all to like me. I don't care if you don't like me, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Now, if you want to lie, you keep listening to who been lying to you. But he around here telling you that I wrote a blank check. You ought to stop and think and stop being dumb. Because the bottom line is this. Ask him, how did I get the blank check? I don't even have access to that. And why he at it, he need to tell, and the controller, we need to have internal revenue people, our auditors to come in here and do internal control, because we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing about the money or anything else. The finance lady, she never comes to the meeting. We can't ask her anything about the finance, but you want us to vote on money, and we don't even know what's there. You doing too much behind our back. And then, not only that, Mayor, you ain't told the comptroller, I bet you they don't know that you used the town money for your own personal use, and the board didn't know, you didn't think the board was going to find out about it, but we did. But you ain't told them that. You ain't told them you using the town money for your own personal use. See, don't play. I'm tired. I'm tired of y'all listening to these lies. I'm tired of him lying. I'm tired of him lying to the comptroller about what's going on, and it ain't happening. And yes, I'm fed up. I am, because I'm sick and tired. I try to sit here. We try to make decisions for this town and do the right thing. And he goes back behind our back and do what he wants. I make a motion that we do not. We do not.
Okay, did you finish before I respond for that?
Yeah, you sure do. You say
a great speech, but at the end of the day, did you have any proof about what you say? I have a proof what I do.
We got it.
Your file with the town of Mason is terrible. You feel what I'm saying?
Really?
Look in your history. I'm not looking for. Look. Everybody knows.
Nobody knows nothing but what you told him.
We're not coming here to gossip about it. You make a nice speech. I requested from the board.
Ain't nobody in here
Did I cut you off? Did I cut you off? Okay. The second thing is, you request guys about meeting with the finance. After that, we never get it together. You fight and you get mad because I'm talking about Sam's account. You tried to cover the whole thing about Sam's account. You follow what I'm saying? But the end of the day is, right now, everybody knows who Eddie, who you, and they bring it in whatever it is. Yes.
Can we take a 5-minute recess?
No, man. We try to finish it. We try to finish everything again. No, man. I'm okay. I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. Okay.
I'm gonna say this.
I need to.
Mr. From the comptroller. Y'all don't listen to nothing he said tonight.
Okay.
And it is ridiculous
I
that we
don't talk.
can't
She's
sit
talking.
here and have a civil conversation. That's what he said tonight. You're not doing it. You're not paying attention. You're not doing it. I'm just saying, listen to what you're saying and listen to how you're acting.
I didn't say
It reflects the town. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't say anything, did I?
It
Okay.
reflects the town.
Come on here,
No,
guys.
I make a motion that we have a 5-minute recess.
Take a 5-minute.
Yeah.
These people, I've never seen in my life people like that. Never. Just right is wrong is right. I just so mad about it.
They going to get thank you. No, leave me alone.
Just for a minute.
Yeah, you can speak to me.
I would tell you could get some of mine, but I don't know where your lips
Except
stand.
it's mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know where your lips stand.
I was just gonna pinch it before you opened it.
I'm sorry, Mary.
Sir, I got for you something about Summit County people in Nigeria. You remember? Yeah, you remember we make a resolution for Summit County. I write it.
You did a resolution.
And when we make decisions, somebody you know what? We ain't gonna put his God in the top. But I know
Lion Bible and I thank you, Tim. Please submit everything in time.
and then I just catch my telephone.
Thank you.
I can't wait to get there. I'm hungry. I made me some homemade chili yesterday.
You can't wait.
Damn, I told my son to go get me some hot dog buns, so when I get home, make
I
sure
Hey,
I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here.
I was thinking get it from there. It's okay, guys. She's supposed to get in touch with me or Miss Benita about some account. Hopefully she can
Now, I
through.
put that in the minutes about
Yeah, I don't have any problem.
get a resolution about
It's okay, guys. You know, we're trying to make it easy.
Like I ordered comptroller.
So I just want
He told me to email him. I told him I said, you need a 10-year back check. He said, you're gonna find someone to do it.
Want some water?
Use the town farm to pay for their training. Excursions, £100. They're the ones that want the ladder truck that Mason never needed. I did my research. You gotta have 5 3-story buildings and a ladder truck. I'm bringing stuff up.
Hey, that what they
I'm not
asked
getting
me.
checked.
There's nothing here.
No.
It ain't even like mama.
Yeah, but he, well, see that one right there, I'm doing friends of hers now. Sorry, friends that are on Facebook. So I don't trust her as much as I can.
How you doing, guys?
How you doing?
Thank you. Rock and roll.
That's why.
You know, he got that leg.
Encouraging.
I reckon.
I don't want, you know, in the county, you're not protected, but I don't want you, I don't want you to do whatever you do. It's sometimes that's really what it is. No, it is, no, it is. We're still a thing right now. So I mean, there's nothing I can say. I can sew.
Don't look at me, man, I'm just.
I gotta be up at 3.
Oh God, I gotta be in,
Because that's the biggest thing, is
Humboldt.
citizens are at risk.
I got,
You've got
I
certified
got drug
drivers.
testing to do on about 30
Not
felons.
And the other side.
Then I gotta go to Raleigh, I got another 20 felons I gotta drug test.
So my daughter, she's having 2 procedures, and we're gonna get her at 4:15 and get me on at 5.
Still like no chicken.
Oh, do you know my granddaughter is, she knows all of his names.
Really?
Yeah, she done named them all, and they're so different. If she could walk out there and pick any of them up, she wants, because they're so different. She'll go out there and pick them up and hold them.
Hi Jimmy, how you doing?
Hey, Linda, how you doing, guys? Doing good?
Yeah.
Hey.
We just watched the show. But yeah, she could go out there and pick any of them up. We said she's the chicken whisperer.
Yeah, I had to get chicken wheel along. Oh, I sure do miss the roosters crowing in the morning. Oh, you used to complain. How you miss them? Yeah.
Those are for check signs.
Yeah, those are signers.
Oh, yeah, those are
The days of the church signers.
Well, and I'm working on it. I'm working on it, I promise you. Because that's what it was.
Exactly.
Oh, so they have.
Mason was booming back in the 70s and 80s.
I remember that.
Nathan's Laundromat, 4 gas stations, Mason Video, Mason Tannin. We have Grandpa Woody's antique store behind the old church down there. Dean's shoe store, Macy's. We had a line of bars right here. We had the hut across the railroad track. You had the cotton gin. You had the granary. You had Mason Elementary. You had Mason Middle School. Yeah. You don't have none of that. That's it. That's all we got. And the Dollar General in there.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to you too.
I make the motion to resume this board meeting.
Second.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, sure.
Okay. That's all of you. Next thing.
Can I make a motion for resolution, or do you have something to say on the resolution? So I would like to.
Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. All right, we'll bring me back to order. Back to session. We have resolution to reopen the fire department and to hire the new fire chief and sheriff.
I have a question.
Yes.
Before we get to the, you say that, we're going to lose core civic if we don't.
I'm not saying
Did
lose,
you say?
we're gonna have a legal problem with them because we, according to our contract, was ICE, and then we have to provide.
Well, see, there's a problem with that because I looked at the contract
I had to think
And
like that.
and I talked to the attorney who drew up the contract, and there's nothing in it about the
It's not.
fire station.
It's not.
You have to provide safety.
It doesn't say that.
Okay, why is
It's
it?
not in the contract.
It's not in there.
Go ahead.
They do expect proximity to have medical and police and other things, and I'm sure that they expect us to have an open fire department. But it doesn't say, it doesn't specify how many, or is it 24/7 or anything like
Right.
that. So it doesn't state those specific things. I just don't want people to think that we're jeopardizing that because of the situation with the fire department. And that's also the reason why we decided that we wanted to get it back open for that reason, and also for the insurance issue before ISO does an inspection and lowers our rating. We don't want homeowners insurance to go up for the town because of it, so that's another reason why we're here to try to come to some resolution.
Okay, appreciate it. I don't have any problem.
Okay.
So let me ask the attorney, I want to amend this resolution, or, so do I need to send it back to amend?
Yeah, so you know how we usually do, or the board usually does, you would make a motion to amend the resolution to reopen the fire department and hire the new fire chief to whatever you would like to amend it to.
Okay.
And then there would be that motion to amend, second, vote to approve the motion to amend, and then another vote to approve the resolution as amended.
So I would like make a motion for the resolution, to amend the resolution to reopen the fire department and hire Cheryl Whitman as lieutenant, terminate Reuben Myers and Shannon, I'm not sure of her last name, and make them ineligible for rehire.
Okay, let me just cut you off for that, please. Explain, the lawyer explain to you guys. The board, he have say so about the head of the department, but the city employee, he don't have. Is correct or no?
I would, for that specific issue, I'd have to look back at the charter just to
Correct.
be, just to
City
be 100%.
employee.
I would have to look back at the charter, or all of us can look into it certainly, before any decision is made.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But can I point out something with that? While you might have the ability to hire them and fire them, because they're not department heads, you will need the board's approval to pay them,
Thank you.
because they passed the budget.
But you hire him both, and he was a city employee, both of them.
I understand
Is
that, but
correct?
we can also remove the funding as well.
Thank you.
Okay, remove it.
Well, then that means that they won't get paid.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, and you're saying that you have the ability to hire and fire them, and I'm just saying, we're trying to make a compromise. And I know it's not something that probably either one of us agrees on, totally, but it has to be done for the good of the town, so we're just trying to come up with a solution that everybody can accept.
Yes, Vice Mayor, one question concerning the budget. How many,
One second.
in our budget estimate, how many paid employees is there room for in the fire department? Not
Two.
counting
Only
volunteers,
Only two.
only two,
That's the
Volunteer?
chief and the
not
lieutenant.
counting
That's,
volunteers.
It's not gonna be,
Not counting volunteers, they're stipend paid, I understand that, but I'm
I
saying.
think it's three. I
Vice
have to
Mayor.
look. I
it's
have to
only
look.
two in the budget.
I have
That's
to
the
look.
lieutenant and the vice and the chief. They're the only two in the budget to be paid.
I have to look,
That other one was just added without our knowledge.
I have to look.
So if we are continuing to look for and considering, who our next chief will be, whether it be Ms. Cheryl or whether it's one of the people answering the advertisements, the only problem that I have with that is making sure that we're operating inside of our budget. We can't just creating jobs. This is inside the budget. So what we need to do is come to an agreement right here and now. What it's gonna take to open this fire department back up. What it's gonna take to fulfill that position and come to a vote. So as far as the sheriff, I'm so sorry that you walked into this situation, but we are actively pursuing a resolution and trying to fix this. And you may be the best and may be overly qualified. And if you are, you will still win that position. Fair? Fair.
I'm
Am I
only here
speaking out of
because
turn?
the Lord brought me here.
Okay.
I'll do
Okay. I
what
haven't
the
said
Lord
anything
brought me to do.
outside of bounds. So this what I'm saying is if we go back to positive procedures and we do advertise for the position and the best woman or man gets the job, then we've done our job, correct? But at the time we need bodies and we need this department back open. So yeah, we have a lieutenant position.
She has a thing on the table though.
Okay. So
Can you repeat it, Ms. Alderman Mason?
Excuse me.
Can you repeat
it?
Oh, I would like to make the motion to amend the resolution to reopen the fire department. Excuse me, hire Cheryl Whiteman as lieutenant, terminate the employment of Reuben Myers and Shannon, I'm not sure of her last name, and make them ineligible for rehire.
I don't agree. This lady, she's overqualified. And
Mr.
the
Mayor, she can
disrespect to her, is
interview, she
disrespect
can
to her
interview with it,
to
there's
be
no
like that.
disrespect.
She's going up, it's not going down. And
There's
the
no
blame for the fire department is, let me explain something. She tried to take fire department to the next level. What she tried to do is, she's a trainer. She tried to make it here. This fire department as a train, all this fire department around us, so we can, the town of Mason can make a little bit money on it, whatever is for training, whatever her skill is. This lady is insult to her, to her experience. She's an MT. She can open her own clinic. She can get a job easy, but she tried to help the town guys, understand how you, like you do, you have your license to be a nurse, you try to be a lawyer up there, is insult to you. If you go down, it's not up with it with your skill
Mr. Mayor,
and your
you haven't even
experience.
given us a chance to interview her. Right now, tonight,
She
we're trying to
coming,
get the
she
fire
coming
department
2-3
deal
time,
open.
guys.
So,
You don't
we're
bother
trying to
looking
get
her
it reopened,
resume.
so that's my motion.
Yeah. It's an insult.
I second it. Vote.
Harris, yes.
Mason, yes.
Rivers, yes.
I know you did, just I'd like to hear you
Oh,
verbally. Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Give me a yes.
Understand.
Okay, so that's 5 yes, 1 abstain, the mayor.
Yeah, so that was the motion to amend to approve it, and then now there would be another motion to approve the resolution as amended.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry.
You would just, if you would like to make a motion to approve what was just amended, you could say, I would like to make a motion to approve the resolution as amended.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the resolution as amended.
Mason, second.
Rivers, yes.
Mason, yes.
Harris, yes.
Give me a yes.
Okay. So that's 5 yes, 1 no by Mayor Noble.
I have a question. Who she accept?
Oh, yes.
Where is
That's
she?
another
Do she
question.
accept it? First of all, does she accept it?
Did she leave?
She went out the door.
Your guy is so smart. You're so smart. You care about the town business. You try to take town Mason down.
That's That's not true.
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
ma'am, okay, alright, we're not gonna argue, you did your motion, you accepted, let the people know exactly.
Well,
right.
if we did it, then why
Okay,
are you insulting us?
Alright, ma'am, no problem, no problem.
So we need to know if she accepted, where is she? Before we move forward, we need to know if she's accepted, even though we voted, if she accepted, because I had a conversation with her, so I need to know, hear from her, if she accepts it.
Just move on, guys, whatever, we'll let you know something tomorrow.
That could be followed
Zach,
up after
Zach,
as
don't
well.
worry.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull it back in.
So just don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
he said it could be.
Don't worry about it, man,
You don't want to
don't worry about it. Alright, we'll go for the finance report.
Real quick,
No,
sorry,
she
Mark.
needs
Yes.
to do another motion.
Before the meeting started, there was a motion to add the advertisement for the department
Yes.
head.
That's right.
So in order to make sure that that's covered and discussed, we would have to at least address it, since it was put on the agenda.
Yeah, I just,
Pursuant
I don't agree about it. You
I
guys-
make a motion that we do advertise for the, position as for a chief and volunteers, since we have a lieutenant. That we do make that, well, we need to make sure she's gonna accept the job. But I do make a motion that we advertise for a chief and advertise for volunteers, with the understanding that those volunteers have to come before the board and be vetted before they can take the job.
I second that motion.
Parrish, yes.
Mason, yes.
Give it a yes.
I'm not recognizing.
That's 5-1. 5 yes, Mayor not recognizing.
That's not a vote.
No, it's not a vote.
That's not,
It's not.
Alright. We go for the report, finance, department report. Like I said, guys, let me know exactly what day you want to have a finance meeting so we can talk about some number. No excuse, because I don't want anybody sleep and dream about some number, whatever it is. Okay? Just let me know. You got it together. Let me know. Let me slow to get the time and the date, and just let me know.
Next week being Thanksgiving, he got it in.
James, if you don't, I want to talk with you later on.
It's Monday, so Tuesday.
Wait,
We need to
Thanksgiving,
start working on these policies.
Thanksgiving
Now.
is next week.
it's the 27th.
We can do Tuesday. The first of the month will be the next week.
Well, she got it, I don't know if it's gonna happen 2 or 3, but we get it right, but we gotta do it.
Do we,
Uh,
just.
I was gonna ask Mr. Llewellyn, if you don't mind, Mayor. I have a question for Mr. Llewellyn.
Go ahead, man.
Okay, Mr. Llewellyn, would you be willing or be able or be available or to come and help us when we start on these policies that we need to have by December?
Yes, ma'am, I was gonna say, there's not a lot of work days between now and December the 15th, so,
Yeah.
Angie Deaton with them tasks also needs to be involved, and we need to try to schedule something as soon as the board can get together and get
And
started.
she will be willing to come as well?
She's willing to come, we
Okay.
just have to pick a date that
Okay.
works for y'all and works for Angie and I. But yes, ma'am, I'll be glad to do it, and, we need to plan on at least a couple of hours. There's a lot of work to do. What the
It is.
comptroller said at the beginning is, that's a lot of work,
It
a
is.
lot of things to go over. It's not just adopting the policies, you need to understand the policies and understand the background. So, yes, ma'am, I'm willing to come and work whenever y'all can find time to do it.
Would this be a workshop or would it have to be a special call?
I have to be a special call.
It has to be public notice, just like any other meeting, 48 hours advance notice, but it's a work session. I would rather put it together as a special call meeting in case decisions, and I guess it's implied some decisions need to be made, so, it should be a regular meeting so the board can discuss it. And give direction on how to, draft the policies. We're not gonna ask you to draft policies that night. We're going to understand the policies and understand the issues and bring it back before a regular board meeting for the adoption. But that needs to be a public meeting,
And-
normal advertising.
Now, I know that there's some policies we do have, we probably can look at, and that's one I definitely know we need to condense, and that's that purchasing policy. We need to do that as well.
MTS and the comptroller's office has model purchasing policies,
Okay.
and unfortunately, it is pretty.
It is,
pretty thick.
it's too thick, you need to condense it.
Everything in municipal government revolves around purchasing and contracts, and so it's pretty thorough. That's the reason I said we're gonna we'll need a couple of work sessions before the 15th, but we need to get the first one as soon as we can.
Okay, can
So
I ask
it's
you
only,
something, Jim?
it's
so
only
we be
2
here?
weeks before the 15th, so we have to schedule them. And then the board needs to look at the schedule now, and so we can go ahead and set our dates, so they'll know, so they can come in and work with us, cause you don't have the 2 weeks, starting December, if you wanna, cause I know the holiday come up and everybody some people got family, whatever they gonna do, leaving out of town, all that. So if we have to, we have 3 weeks before the 18th. Oh, yeah, baby, yeah. But either way, we don't wanna wait too late, cause we don't know what we have to do, so let's try to, everybody look at your calendar, let's set our dates now, so we won't have to worry about this, we'll have all that in play.
And we actually need to have it done by the 12th.
Yeah, by
We
the
have to
12th.
have it the 15th at 8 o'clock.
That's what that paper said.
I'm available next Monday and Tuesday, or the following Monday and Tuesday, 1st and 2nd of December,
Well, I want to ask,
or the 3rd.
Miss, out of respect for the, the vice mayor and Miss, Trawan, I know they work, and that usually during those holidays, they pretty busy. So,
Tuesdays or Saturday.
so next Tuesday
The
would be
25th.
good for you guys, ma'am.
I was thinking, when he said the second, Mr. Wellen was saying that December 2nd. Correct.
I'm available both of those
Those are
Tuesdays.
both days are Tuesdays.
The 25th is next Tuesday night, the following Tuesday night is December 2nd.
So do y'all wanna do December November 25th and December 2nd?
I can have my schedule clear for those 2 days.
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
Everybody else
Well, we need to vote on it, so we'll be in agreement, and it'll be on the record that we will have a meeting, November the 25th, am I correct? And December the 2nd. Time,
November 26th, which is Wednesday, right?
November
Tuesday.
25th is a
Tuesday.
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
and then December the 2nd is a Tuesday.
I
What
can
time?
start whenever y'all want to.
What
Okay.
time?
Well, they work, so we guess we keep it at y'all wanna keep it at 6:30? I know we all do, but I'm just, I guess I'm saying it, 6:30. We keep it at 6:30.
Alright, make it 7 o'clock.
No, 6:30, cause we're gonna be here 2 hours. So,
It may be push and shove, but I'll be here. Cause I like to been late tonight, I didn't get off till 6 o'clock.
yeah. And
All
we
right, we'll move on.
understand.
Hey, Jim, if you don't mind, please, I have a question for you. Maybe you give me some answer what I'm looking for.
Yes.
Regard about the sunshine law, okay? How would that happen with the sunshine law? If you find out some board member communicate with each other with phone and the mails and email, this breaking the sunshine law?
Yeah.
It depends, Mayor. If you're deliberating towards a decision or making a decision in absent a public meeting, that would be a violation of sunshine law. Yeah. Certain types of emails, certain types of communications are acceptable. It just depends on what's the content of the email.
Okay, thank you. This is what I want to know. Thank you. All right, we move for the next, the finance department. We agree about it. The Park and the Public Work Department report. Anybody look at it? Any questions?
So, Mr. Mayor, you are gonna start the robocalls like soon, this week, since the meters are going out?
Wait,
I
wait,
mean,
I'm gonna let you, we're ready, we're in contract with them, you know, and whatever we use it, not use it, we do it, no problem.
So, Mr. Mayor, these young men, whoever is putting these meters down, are they qualified? Certified?
It's training by the supervisor.
is anyone from Public Works?
Because
here?
our agreement is, we got the meters, and we have the additional, got like about $150,000-$200,000 contract, and we don't have this kind of money for that. So everything, we should be good. And after we finish the inspection from the state, it will be go through.
So then the state is gonna come back and inspect each meter
Yes,
that
ma'am.
they put down?
Yes, ma'am. And the United System too.
Okay. That's
Alright.
concerned, 'cause
No
I don't want no
questions?
Yeah, I have one more, Mr. Mayor, because these are never signed. Who does these reports?
Madly Hall.
Can he stop adding the signatures
got
so we'll
one.
know where this comes from?
It should be coming from the director, whoever that is. That's another thing needs to be handled.
All right. Police Department report.
Yeah.
Did you tell us just a few minutes ago they did 80 meters?
Is it
88,
It
this
says
report, they
51.
only installed 51.
November? The report what I got it from Mally Hall and Johnny. He say 85 meter.
Well,
That's
they
what he
just
told me.
sent this out.
This was 4 days ago. They
Yeah.
said
It's all
only
50.
one.
It's
So-
what he mentioned. He said he 51, but he mentioned verbally to me
51.
between 80-85 meter. Whatever any kind of meter is, did you know, we in the schedule. We're doing good.
It's just the only thing we're saying, we like accurate information. If they were here, then we could ask them so we would know.
I let him come in next board meeting.
Mr. Mayor, I'm not
Good now.
trying to be ugly, but
Please stand.
if we're having
Jackson's
these
around.
meetings,
Good.
I feel like all of the department heads should be here.
They should.
So that we can ask questions, and it's not, I'm not trying to follow anybody's lead, but I'm really appalled at some of this, like, especially this finance, I just don't get it.
Okay.
Sheila said something else about I'll follow you.
I told him. And do you hear about it from the comptroller? We're doing good. We almost debt free. We're doing
They
great.
being nice to you, man. Come
Yeah,
on.
no problem.
I mean, I don't know anything about the comptroller. This is my first year ever being in politics and learning the rules and regulations. But I do know with dealing with money, if it ain't in black and white and somebody come sit down and explain it to me, I'm not gonna agree on it because I don't know where that money's going.
This is your right. That's correct. This is your right. I don't blame you for that. All right. We're going for the police department report.
Chief?
We're standing there giving me scared to come out.
Chief, you don't have anything to say? You gave out the candy. You wanna tell us about that?
Got a lot of candy. Gave out about $1,000 worth, 2 days.
I do have a question for you. I know you're gonna do the gifts for Christmas. How do you plan on doing that? Are you gonna how do you plan on doing it?
Well,
Make sure-
I think we got $2,500 left. Like I said, we have thought about buying some bicycles, maybe some children's Bibles, and we'll have to figure out some way to raffle those off, because we couldn't do it first come, first served, just get a crowd there, and maybe, pick numbers, whatever, randomly give them away. But that's what I'm planning on doing.
Chief, have
Yes,
y'all, are y'all, got some candidates
Well, we're gonna hire one young man from, Munford, starts the 20th, certified. And I've got another man that has told me he'll come here after we get the state pension after the first year. He's certified. But other than that, that's about it right now.
So, yeah, that made, do the state pension go into effect in first of the year, I think it was, Ms. Lou, wasn't it?
He said January, right, after
Okay,
January,
so he's
January
coming after.
Yes,
2026.
ma'am.
Mhm.
So, right now, just you, Mr. Zach, officer, lieutenant,
You're fine. You can call me Zach.
Mr. Carter, that's
Well,
it's just y'all.
Carter was terminated today.
Oh, really? Wow. We can't get nobody.
Well, you can only help somebody so much, you know.
What, okay.
He was involved in an off-duty accident where alcohol was involved, injuries, totaled the car out, left the scene. Highway Patrol went over there and issued him a misdemeanor citation.
Wow.
Lieutenant Allen went over there with him, and that was 3 strikes, you're out. So we're back to 3.
What the?
Alright.
But this other young man's gonna start
On
the
the
20th.
20th, and then
Yes,
it'll be,
ma'am.
okay.
Be back to 4.
We got Brandon Foster.
Oh, what shift would he be working?
He's gonna take over Carter.
I didn't hear you.
The new guy's just gonna fall into Carter's shift. I mean, it's,
Okay, what shift was he?
4 to 12.
And the reason I'm asking y'all, at one point y'all sent the, thing out about a shift, but
Yeah.
after all that stopped, we didn't get no more
We'll
because,
get him to you, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll work 4 to 12, 6 to 2. Sunday night, cause the clubs are open.
Mhm.
And Foster's working 8 at night to 4 in the morning. But we still cannot adequately staff 2 shifts. That's just, you can't do it with 4 people.
right. Yeah, and y'all can't be working double shifts like that either, cause it's dangerous. We do need to, and the only reason I'm asking, cause we do need to get officers in here so that we can have our town covered. It would make it a lot easier on the ones that we already have
Yes,
as well,
ma'am.
so,
It's less dangerous.
yeah.
I mean, when positions are put there, we can hire the people.
Mhm.
Y'all got the money up, state pension, that's what's gonna get them here.
That's why we were doing the race and trying to get it, so we can look for you guys to get some good people in here now.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have the positions, it doesn't matter what we do, you know.
Mhm.
We gotta have slots to put people in them.
We
So-
also have that female that's in the academy. She's
Yeah.
gonna get out in February.
Amanda's graduating in late January, February in this 7-month Sheriff's Department Reserve class. And they graduate from that. And Robert Lomax, the guy you told me about, they're both in there. When they graduate, they're fully certified to hire.
So this is my thing to the board. We need to be able to look at the budget because I understood what he was saying with his slot. They're not in the budget for them to be able to hire them. There were only so many allocated for the police department, and we need to look at that so we can open it up where they can. Because if not, then we'll be in that position again of operating out of the budget. Money being spent that's not in the budget, and then they can't do it. So we're gonna have to look at it and give them.
Let me mention something about the budget with the police department. We in the rate after the increase the salary. And I give it to Miss Alicia and the vice mayor, and we in the rate with it. So when we have the meeting in the finance, we'll talk about some numbers.
Are we in the red with the fire department?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we in the red with the fire department?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I was just asking.
Yes.
We're always in the red with public service.
That's always,
Right.
yeah.
Fire department and police department is in the red for a long time, even from 2017. Okay?
Everywhere I've worked, the police department, everywhere I've worked, the police department has the largest budget of any department. And they're gonna always have the largest budget. But what price safety, you know? So I don't know, that's up to the board to decide, not me.
All right.
That's why I spoke to the board, because we have to make a decision.
Go ahead, if I may just clarify that, both of those departments are services that we provide to the public. And so they're not really here as an operating business to generate income.
That's right.
So, it's like one of those necessary things, one of those hits we have to take, but we have to try to make sure that we make it still, advantageous. I guess that's the best word I can come up with right now with where we at as far as our force of covering, because we still have obligations. We still got Core Civic down here, and we got calls that come in all the time, and someone has to answer those calls. So we need all our departments up and running and efficiently. So
Well,
please
those are the two services that are paid for by the taxpayers.
Yeah.
And they expect to have them when they call.
All right, guys, appreciate it. Thank you. Any comments from the citizen?
I do have one quick question to ask the board. As it stands right now, we currently have no paid firefighters. And you also mentioned the volunteers need to be brought before the board. So as it stands right now, we currently do not have a fire department. Is it possible to make a motion so we can bring some volunteers towards the board to get approved? So we can actually have some fire personnel?
Yeah, not tonight. How many is in here and how long will it take?
No,
there's
they have to,
usually
they
one,
have
two.
Oh, we
to,
have to amend
you,
it, but,
you can't
yeah,
do
we-
that.
yeah,
If
we
the
did.
Well, I'm just asking for a future meeting.
Right, yeah.
So we actually have some fire personnel at some point.
So how many, volunteers are there?
To my understanding, there's a minimum of 3. Me, who's actually a commissioned firefighter, one with her 64, and then one who has no training, who's a complete recruit. We are working towards trying to get our EMR so we can have medical. We currently do not have any medical due to losing both Hannah to Caesar, and the lieutenant, or the was gonna be the chief. So we're just gonna have to figure it out.
So as it stands, there's no fire department at all right now.
Correct.
So do you all think that maybe Tuesday, the meeting, give them about 30 minutes? There's only 3 of you, right?
They gotta be vetted, you need to see their documents or whatever they have.
Right.
That all that has to come before the board. We gotta do things, if we gonna start doing them right, then we gotta follow the right way. So we just can't,
Yes, ma'am.
you see what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it has
And
to
that's
be-
why I'm making the motion to the board, because I wanna show y'all the utmost respect, because I care about this town, I care about y'all.
Could you leave some contact information?
Yes, ma'am, I
so
can.
that we
But
can
can I-
let you know
Yes,
a
ma'am.
date and check and see?
Let me ask you, I'm sorry, baby, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Can you, we need to see whoever they are.
Yes, ma'am.
They need to come before us and have their information. It would be good if you could get that sent to Ms. Lou.
Okay.
And have her to send it to the board.
Okay.
So whenever we do have another meeting, we can do what we need to do from that.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand what I'm
Yes,
saying?
ma'am. I've got all my certifications printed out, in lieu of my few FEMA certs. But I'll make sure the other individual has their certifications as well, and then the recruit, she has nothing. She's just training and learning, so it's gonna be a process getting back off the roll. My plan is to go and try to get my instructor 1 so we can be able to teach some 16 hours and try to rebuild the department. But again, we're gonna be starting from the ground up, so.
Well, like I said, until then, we just right now
Right.
have the lieutenant, if she's gonna accept it, but,
My understanding is she's not gonna accept the position.
okay.
So I was just informing y'all that we currently have no fire coverage until we go about things the right way with y'all.
So
Well, we do
need-
have fire coverage.
Well, we have fire coverage.
Yeah, we have coverage, but.
Yeah, we do have
mutual-
that,
Well,
but I got
mutual
what
aid,
you're
but
saying.
none
I
within the
got what
district
you're
itself.
saying, yeah.
But you can, the other person can get their 12 hours of training, their basic.
Well, 64 hours. Well, if they have to get your 16 and then your 64.
Yes, 16 and 64, excuse me, yeah. But they can go out after 16. It's
Yes.
just not, yeah.
You can do exterior firefighter attack only.
Right.
You have to have your 64 plus active lab burn to do any interior work.
Right, okay.
Okay. You want to say something? Okay. Any comments from the citizen?
Well, it'd be nice if some of the board members would go by and see Tony Macklin, the young man that was in the wreck. He's got a bad gash on his forehead, a bad cut on his neck, and a bad cut across his stomach. And, you know, it'd be nice if some of the board would go by and see him. I went by and visited with him about 30 minutes yesterday.
I appreciate you.
What about the firefighters?
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, like I said, I feel like he shouldn't have laid under that, laid in that car for no 30 minutes.
However you want it, you got it. Thank you. Any comments? All right.
I do
appreciate
have one more comment, I'm
Yes.
sorry. But now, to answer him, I do regret that that happened to Mr. Macklin. If I knew how to contact him, I would definitely call him and give him my condolences. Just wish him well. But Mason Fire Department has missed so many calls. I mean, I've got a stack here. So who's to say that you guys, not you, but who's to say that they would have missed that call? They missed so many. Thank you.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. All right, closing prayer by Alderman Virginia River.
Let us bow. Father God, we come this evening to tell you thank you for being God. Thank you for all that you do for all of us, God. And forgive us if we have done anything in your sight that's displeasing in your sight. Help us, God, to be better. Help us to respect each other, to love each other the way you want us to love each other. And dear God, help us to become a better community. Now, Lord, as we leave this place, please give us all traveling grace. It's I ask in Jesus' name, amen.
Motion to return.
Thank you.